Bonjour tout le monde! Today you are learning about les objets de la classe, which means classroom objects. Yay! So, we have to start kind of with something that might sound a little weird to you. In French, all nouns are either considered to be masculine or feminine. Masculine usually means like boy, feminine is like girl, right? So, it's the words that are masculine or feminine, not really the actual thing. But for example, a table, the word for table in French is feminine. A pencil, the word for pencil in French is masculine. So it has to do with the origin of the word, where the word came from, not really the actual item. But this is true for all nouns in French. So we're working on classroom objects right now. Classroom objects all are either masculine or feminine. Foods are all masculine or feminine. Any noun. So how can you tell if a noun is masculine or feminine? One way is to look it up in the dictionary. So the word will have either an M next to it or an F. M means that it's masculine. F means that it's feminine. All right. A little trick is if a word ends in an E, that means it's often feminine, but it's not always feminine. There are several words that end in E that are actually masculine. So it doesn't work every single time, but if you're taking a quiz or something, or if you had to guess if a word was masculine or feminine and it ended in an E, guess feminine. And then a lot of times there's little articles before the word that will help you. So articles are little words that come before nouns. And the most common are the words the or a, right? So we could say the table or we could say a table. And those little words, the or a, those are called articles. And in French, these articles give you clues on whether the noun is masculine or feminine. So how do we say a in French? In English, we have one way to say a. It's a, right? Unless the next word starts with a vowel, then it's an. So we have a pencil, a pen, a table, a ruler, right? It doesn't matter what the word is. We don't have masculine or feminine in English. So there's just one way to say a. But in French, there are two ways to say a. And it depends if the noun is masculine or feminine. So for masculine nouns, the way to say a is this un, un means a in French for words that are masculine. So here we have un crayon, and this is kind of a mean word. This looks like crayon, and you're going to say, "Ooh, that's a cognate. That must be a crayon," right? Which would be a good guess, but this is actually a false cognate. Sometimes in French, there are false cognates. They're French words that look like an English word, but they're actually not. So they're mean. We don't like false cognates. Un crayon in French is actually a pencil. All right. So we have un crayon, un cahier, which is a notebook, and un sac à dos, which is a backpack. These all have un in front of it. So that's a hint to you that these words are all masculine, right? You don't have to look it up in the dictionary. You don't have to ask me if crayon is masculine or feminine because you see un before it and you're like, oh, I know that un means a for words that are masculine. So this means a pencil, a notebook, a backpack. For feminine nouns, the way to say a is une. So it's the same word as masculine, but you put an e at the end, une. So we have une table, a table, une gomme, an eraser, une chaise, a chair. So these, when you see une before these nouns, you know that they are all feminine. Okay? These all also happen to all end with an e, which is another hint that it's probably going to be feminine. All right, my video ends at 5 minutes, so I'm going to stop it right now and start a new one to go over our new vocabulary words.